Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? It's so great to see all of you. We welcome you all as a team, Team CTF, to all the students across the country who have joined us here today. So, how are you, Neeti ma'am, this morning?
I'm feeling so good, Nidhi ma'am. So let's see. She is Mrs. Nidhi Ahuja, as sir has already introduced you. And
And you are Neeti Jain. And we both are known as Team Magic, and we create
Great.
magic in the lives of students. So, we
Great.
are here to tell you. Yes, sir.
Very great, ma'am. Really great to have you here. Hmm. And we have really heard a lot about your team, and we are fortunate that the team is with us now to help our children.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Really grateful for CTF giving this platform that students can actually revise the content and they should not waste this entire 1 month and they could be coming back to the track. Thank you, sir, for organizing it.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
Yes,
Please.
thank you so much. Right. So, children, I want to remind you all that we have planned our dreams already. We are together for the chapter organizing right now, and we have planned our dreams. So, is that all? Does the plan really get successful only with the plans? No, not really. We need to organize our thoughts, and it's time to organize our thoughts today with this chapter of organizing. So let's begin by sharing my screen. Yes.
Yes.
So we need to be really positive, and we need to look forward to organizing our thoughts and efforts in the direction of our dreams which we plan together, right?
Before starting this session, I really have one important question for you. You know, you keep on talking about positivity, positive thing. Now, everyone is facing this stupid situation, a serious situation of COVID-19 pandemic. Is there anything positive that happened during this situation?
Oh, yes, definitely. We have to look at the brighter side. And the brighter side is all the time that I am having these days, which I don't have otherwise. You know, this course was on my list from an year. And you know that we are doing this course together. And I have done so many firsts in this time. First time of certain cooking list and baking and whatnot. My list is really long, Niti ma'am. I'm still keeping positive.
It's wonderful, Nidhi ma'am, which means actually we are all practicing organizing at home only. We all are doing that. You understand, students? What is organizing then? Organizing is something where you are arranging your resources in order to pursue certain dreams, in order to pursue certain activities. See what happened during the COVID-19 situation. All the household work, everything which is being usually done by the helpers, which you usually outsource from the outside, is being now divided among the family members only. Someone will be doing the cooking part, someone will be doing the mopping part, someone will be cleaning the car, someone will be ironing the shirts and clothes. So the work has been divided. And ultimately, when the work is being divided, when the task is being divided, what are we doing? We are trying to arrange the things which is available with us in a manner to actually run our life. So the same goes with the organizing. As you can see here on the screen, the definition is given here by the Theo Heman, which says organizing is actually a process and a grouping of activities where we are defining our activities, and not only defining the activities, we are assigning them to the people, and we are giving them certain bit of liberty, certain bit of authority, and we are making them accountable for their work. We are making them responsible, and we should tell them to whom they report. So let's move to the next slide here, where we are going to link the process of organizing with this COVID-19 situation. See, Nidhi ma'am, let's move to the first point, identification on division of work. We have already divided the work to be done at home front. We have divided cooking is to be done by this person, cooking is to be done by mother, or mopping is done by you people maybe, cleaning of utensils is being done by someone else, Sunday is the time where you're doing the car wash. So we have identified the things, we created the departments. You know what, when we thought of department, mujhe kya yaad aata hai? What I remember the great movie Band Baja Barat, where the Bittu Sharma, to run his business, give the task to Shruti, they divide the work. Something is being taken by the Bittu Sharma and something is being taken by the Shruti Verma. So like that, we create departments in the organization. Now, once the department is being created, same at the home front, you are being divided, the task is being given to you. Now, what is being done? Next slide, Nidhi ma'am, it is assignment of the duties. So duties has been assigned according to the skills and competencies. Maybe someone is very good in ironing the clothes. So the duties will be assigned accordingly. And the last thing, once you are through with your duties, what is to be done? You need to report to someone now. You need to tell your grandmom, or maybe you need to tell your mother, okay, the task for the day is being done. So reporting relationship, to whom you are accountable, is the most important step in the process, without which the process is incomplete. Now the question arises, how do I remember this thing? Any idea? Get the idea. Remember the keyword I, identification and division of work, D, departmentalization, E, establishment of authority, and A is assignment of duties, and E is your establishment of the responsibilities and the duties. So whatever we have done till now, Nidhi ma'am is going to revise with you. Over to you, Nidhi ma'am.
Right. So let's take up some questions and rethink all that has been taught just now. So question number 1. You have the scope of writing the answers in the section where you're asking the question answers for your revision, and you can also recall in your mind what all that you want to say, so that you know your answer was correct or not. You will get to know as soon as I share the answer with you. So this question, name the step of organizing process which facilitates specialization. Please recall the keyword, and that will help you reach the answer. That is departmentalization. I hope you all answered this correct. It's so whooping nice to see so many hands raised, conveying that you knew the answer. Wonderful, keep going. 32 hands were raised right now. Wonderful. Next question. In which step of organizing hierarchical structure is created? Think over, go to the process once again, and recall the 4 steps. 55 hands are raised right now. The number is just going high. 145 hands are raised. Wonderful. So definitely yes, establishing reporting relationships. Wonderful, bachas. Keep going. Next question for you. Arrange the process of organizing function of management in the sequence. Definitely, beta. The sequence is really important. And when you answer multiple choice questions like this one, the correct way of answering is not just writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4, 1. No. Do not even think of writing all these parts as your answer. Make sure that you write 2 things. You also mention the correct part, which is the answer, that is A, B, C, or D, and also write the corresponding answer. So wonderful, almost 100 hands are raised to tell this correct answer, and our answer is B, 3, 2, 1, 4. Wonderful, excellent. Moving ahead, we have a case study. We all know in the last 2019 board paper, among the questions that were tested, you know, there were 14 case studies. So one golden rule to solve the case study is to read the last line first. Right now, you know, we are studying the chapter organizing. So definitely it is the chapter organizing which is being talked about, and you are close to the answer. But that will not be the case when you answer the case studies otherwise. Okay, so identify the function of management highlighted above. Look for keywords, look for answers. I'm not reading this for you because I see again 56 hands raised, and I am shifting to the answer. Yes, the answer is organizing. All those 150 students who raised hand, I am sure you are answering it correctly. So definitely the function is organizing here. Please remember one thing, for 1 mark question, you need not write full sentences. Even one word answer will make up for your 1 mark. Okay, let's move ahead. Next question, another case study. We have to identify the function as well as stages. Now, when you get this question and the question is asking you to explain the stages as well, please recall, when we recall, planning has steps, organizing has steps, staffing also has steps, directing does not have steps, controlling also has steps. Okay, so directing is ruled out. So you should go by ruling out the functions. And yes, I know that we all know the answer is organizing here, but what are the steps? What stages have been mentioned here? We need to read the case study together. Nagia Steel Private Limited has divided its business into 5 departments. We got the word departments, and hence we reached our answer that departmentalization is a part of organizing only. Okay. And among the stages, yes, departmentalization will definitely be one of the answers. Okay. The company's general manager instructs all employees. I'm reading a little bit in short for you. While allotting the jobs are being allotted. That point has also come here. And we have to answer. Sometimes it is possible that we will get answers more than what the question is asking. Okay. The question is saying stages. And let's say this is a 3-marker. So 1 mark for naming and 2 more points we have to do. Okay. So it is possible that 3 points are coming, or maybe all the 4 points are coming. Do not get confused because of this. You write the 2 points which you are sure of, and that will make up the answer. So let's reach out to the answer, and a big applause to all those purchas whose hands are raised right now. 90 students have raised hands. And the answer is assignment of duties, establishing reporting relationships, as well as departmentalization. All these 3 will be the answer. This slide is for all of you for being wonderful participants. You all are awesome. And even in case your answers went wrong, we still have time. Go through it and be ready for the upcoming topic. Yes, dear Neeti, you are there. Over to you.
For wonderfully explaining the students how to attempt the case studies. It is very, very important. You people are really awesome. You people are really amazing. So applaud for yourself. So now let's move on to the importance, or we can say benefits, or the advantages of organizing. Now, how to remember all these points, ma'am? These are very, very tough. So let's go to the basic. Let's go to the basic, to the nursery class, where you have learned for the first time your alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, F. No F. Look at the keyword on the screen. It is A, B, C, D, E, E, O. Let's start with the first point. Nidhi ma'am, the first point of importance here is adaptation to change. Adaptation to change here means, now see, going back to the same example of your COVID-19 situation and your household work, which you are basically doing at your houses all, now you all must have been adapted to the changes. Now we are all used to of using the mask when we are moving out of our houses. We are used to of this locking situation, lockdown, unlockdown, half phase, early phase. So basically, organization also allows the business enterprises to accommodate themselves to adapt to the changes. Moving on to the B point, that is benefits of specialization. Remember the first day when you took up the broom to clean the home? And now, what is the situation? I think you must be specialized now, doing the repeatedly task again and again. And definitely it must have reduced the workload of your mom, or maybe whosoever is doing that part at the home. So the same happened with the organization. When the work is being repeatedly done, it gives you the benefit of the specialization. And definitely there is here the C stands for clarity in working relationship, which means definitely there is no confusion who has to do what work. So basically, this is the point which creates hierarchy in the organization, which creates a hierarchical order in the organization. So now move on to the point D. Development of personnel. Remember, when we show trust in certain person, when we give him the authority, when we give him the task to do, doing that repeatedly leads to specialization and yes, motivate the employees and the person become more confident of taking up the challenges. Like you all people have become more confident of taking up the challenges of COVID-19. Moving on to E, effective administration. See, if we have all such of the good points in the organization is adapting to the changes, the organization have the clarity of working relationships, organization is basically having the specialization benefit. So how would you expect the administration of the organization would be? It has to be effective because there is no duplication of work and there is a clarity in working relationship. Moving on to the next slide here. Then again, another E here is expansion and growth. Definitely when the organization has all these good points, they are going to expand, they are going to grow, and now they are ready for the next stage. They are ready for diversification also. Then here, again, the next point, the seventh point and the last point of the importance is optimum utilization of resources. We all know how scarce the resources are available to us, how we have the limited resources. We have all learned to live in this situation. So by being more organized, we are able to avoid the duplication of the work. You know, अब ऐसा सोचो, just think, let's think, how would you feel when you see that someone else has done the cleaning twice and it was your part and someone else have done your part and it is being repeatedly being done again. So there will be, duplication and definitely work will not be completed. So again, to remember the importance of the key organizing, remember the keyword, it is A, B, C, D, E, E, O. So after this point, let's the question answer round. Let's take up the question answer round. Nidhi ma'am, the first question. It says, which point of organizing talks about reduction in workload as well as enhancing the productivity? Please remember when we're talking about importance, immediately the keyword should strike in your head. A, B, C, D, E, E, O. Now, so what should be the answer? Very good, very good. I can see the number of participants raising their hands, 99, 110, 126. Very good. Nidhi ma'am, the answer on the screen is here. The point of importance of organizing, which talks about reduction in workload as well as the enhancing of productivity, is here. Benefits of specialization. Very good, very good. Please applaud yourself. We'll move to the next question now. Dash point of importance removes ambiguity. Ambiguity here means confusion in transfer of information and instructions. See, when there will not be confusion, when the instructions have been clearly defined. Perfect. You're going to, yes. You're writing the correct answer here only. Write down the answer here is, so, perfect. The answer here is the clarity in working relationship. Move to the next question here. Ma'am, move to the next question here. Right, again, as Nidhi ma'am has told you how to go about the case study, we will read the question first. So in the context of the above case, it is identify and explain the function of management being discussed. So I know you must be very clear about it, ma'am. The function is organizing because we are starting the chapter organizing. But you have to look for the keywords in the case study. And the second is describe briefly any 2 points highlighting the importance of each of the function. Now in this question, we have a little bit of twist. Here we are asking functions. So you have to connect, that means the question is asking about 2 functions and not 1 function. We are pretty sure about organizing is 1 function. Now think about which is the chapter, which is the unit which is linked with the chapter organizing. Correct, come up, right. Exactly, that is planning. So planning and organizing, making the one unit, which means if I am asking identify the functions, the answer is planning and organizing only. Now let's read the case study and see how the answer come up in the case study here. It says, as the head boy and head girl of this public school, Deepak and Deepika Chawla have been given the responsibility of hosting the Teachers' Day program in the school, and in order to conduct the program in a systematic way, they first call a meeting of the student council and they decided about the content of the program after taking into consideration different available alternatives and choosing the best alternatives. Where you have read this line before, choosing the best alternatives. Among the available alternatives, yes, in the previous chapter, steps of planning. Then the various tasks required to be performed were identified and divided in accordance with the predetermined schedule. So when you are dividing the work, it is organizing. The work has been divided in predetermined schedule. They have been grouped into music group, contemporary dance group, skit group, instrumental group. Then it has been placed under the charge of the council member. You are assigning the responsibilities here, duties here. The council members were in turn informed that they have to take orders and will be accountable only to Deepak and Deepika. So the accountability has also been established. So that's why the functions which we are talking here is planning and organizing. Moving on to the slide of the answer now. The 2 points highlighting the importance of each of the function here. Each of the function, that means I need to write down importance of planning and importance of organizing. So for planning, moving to the next answer, the importance here is being described by the point that it provides direction and reduces the risk of uncertainty. And for the organizing function, it is benefits of specialization, because we have given the task to the students according to their separate departments, which they are being expert into. Moving to the next slide, Nidhi ma'am. Yeah, very nice. So wonderful. Clap for yourself again. You are doing a wonderful job writing the correct answers. Over to you, Nidhi ma'am, for the next topic.
Thank you so much. Well done, kids. I hope we are together on the same page. It's time to talk about organizational structure. Now, to know the meaning, let's recall the time when we all have attended a carnival. We all love that, isn't it? So, the winter carnival is the way it is called, or Mela is what the term we use. Heritage festival is the term we use for it. So, when a heritage festival is organized, is it just one person who's organizing everything? Not really. There is a list of tasks that we all need to do. We actually find out what all needs to be done. There is one finance section. There is marketing also needed in a way, advertising and all that. Then what competitions, where will the participants stay, and so on, a long list of tasks. So we actually define what all tasks need to be done, and then we allocate all that to different people. So in this manner, when we work, we are actually creating a structure. So the key word for organization structure is framework. Okay, so look for this word framework, and whenever you find this word framework and the question tells you identify the concept, you know, concept is the most deadly word of this our subject, business studies. When we find this word concept, we don't know from which chapter, which component needs to be spoken. Definitely organization structure. So let's see what else this has got to say. What is the need for organization structure? You have to understand that when the organization becomes large, one thing, and also to have a clarity of who is reporting to whom, what is the role, what is the authority, what position, all these answers lie in the making of organization structure. So definitely organization structure is important, it is needed. Now, there is a term of span of management. Children, the span means number. Management means being managed. So what we're trying to say is this is the number of persons that can be managed by one person, one manager, one level. So the number of persons that can be managed well by a level of management is span of management. But the keyword will be effective management. I might say I'll be able to handle thousands of persons who are working across the country. But maybe in reality, as a one-to-one context, the maximum number that I can take care of is say 50 or say 40, say 30. So span of management is that concept with the help of which it is decided that what number of levels we will have. Okay. So wider, this line is really important. Please mark this line in your NCERT. If you have your books in your hand, please remember, recall, NCERT is our Bible. Every line, every word that appears in NCERT needs to be known to you. Okay, so this term, this line, wider the span of control and less are the levels of management. You would all agree with this. Definitely this holds true, and a 1 mark question is possible from this portion by playing with these words increase and decrease, right? So make sure you understand the concept and you would not go wrong in that. All right. This is an example picked up from NCERT. You can note it down. It's a wonderful example to remember. This is a travel agency mentioned here. This clip has been taken from the NCERT book only. You all are aware. We have the online portal available. We have this app ePathshala available. Please make sure as many number of times you can read NCERT, the better it is. Okay, moving ahead to the types. Now, organization structure is mainly categorized into two types, two main categories. One is called formal and the other is informal. We'll talk more about these two main categories in the upcoming section. Right now, we are moving ahead to the subcategories of formal and informal organization. That is functional structure and divisional structure. Now, you know what I can recall. Before I talk about each one of these, I want you to remember one thing. You can see this flow chart on your screens. Please make sure that you remember to add on certain diagrams, certain flow charts, certain figures, stick figures, or whatsoever you can do to make your paper more presentable, more beautiful. Okay, make sure you do that. So this is one example of what we can do about it. So talking about functional structure, you know, the example that strikes my mind when I read this word functional is the functions of big fat weddings in the Punjabis, and maybe whatever weddings take place in the entire country. We have where the most of the functions in with reference to Punjabi weddings, where we have one function for mehendi, then sagan, ring ceremony, and the list is actually endless. And I love all those functions. I'm sure even you would love them. But what is the point I'm trying to state here is all those functions combined together, all those rituals and all those things that need to be done, you know, similar ones are put together. So similarly here, when we make functional structure with reference to an organization, we are grouping the similar task under one roof. That is the meaning of functional structure. Like we have an example here. We have, let's say, a president. So we have a finance manager, we have a marketing manager, we have a manufacturing manager, and the list is endless here. We can make as many categories of functions according to the work that we are doing, right? So this is one of the examples with reference to an organization. Now, what are the advantages of this particular category? The key word to remember is Chrome. Google Chrome, we all know that. And we will remember functional structure with Google Chrome. So what does this Chrome stand for? C is coordination. So definitely you would agree when I am a part of, let's say, the marketing team, whatever interactions have to take place within my department will be smooth, will be easy. And that's why coordination. Chrome, R stands for responsibility. So we are definitely the responsibility can be fixed and we can give due attention to whatever work we're doing. Responsibility is taken care of. Occupational specialization. Whatever work we are doing, we become specialists of it. We have seen various examples relating to this. That is wonderful. Okay. Next is increasing managerial efficiency. You will all will agree. We have read that in chapter 1 when we talked about efficiency versus effectiveness. We said efficiency means with the least cost. And how will managerial efficiency increase here? Because when we become specialists, we do that same task in the least time and in the least cost as well. I know you are raising hands. You know the answers to my question. Wonderful. Keep up that spirit. Next, economies of scale. I know, again, you all know this term. A quick recap of what is meant by this. With the increase in scale of production, the cost of production becomes economical. Means we are able to produce the same product with the lesser cost. Definitely economies of scale happened here. Why? Because we are avoiding duplication. The resources are really being optimally used. So that was Chrome for us. That was the keyword for advantages of functional structure. Moving ahead to the disadvantages now. The keyword for us is FDI. Okay, what does this one mean? FDCI, FDIC, whatever fits in your mindset, you can learn that. Number 1, functional empires. Now, you know, sometimes it happens that when I'm a marketing person, I will lay all my stress on my work, just advertising all the time and not really bothered about what the other particular functional portions are doing and how I need to coordinate with them. I become my focus is just on my function, and that's why this term functional empire, it's not good for the health of the organization. The most important part is to coordinate with each other. And remember, we had studied the principle unity of direction. We all, the efforts of the entire organization need to be towards one objective only and not just my function. So this is not good, definitely not good. Next, interdepartmental conflicts. Now, when the sales don't take place, the sales department is blaming the purchase department, the production team, that production was not in time. Production team is saying, so what? Why can't the sales people gear up and work more on this? Saying there is coordination. Now I am saying there is problem in coordination. Basically, please remember here, beta, when I call coordination as an advantage, okay? So what I am saying is that within the department there is coordination. There is absolute advantage, but there is problem in coordination between different departments. So functionally, different departments have coordination issues. That is the disadvantage being mentioned here. The next in the list is inflexibility. People with the same skills and knowledge base may develop a narrow perspective. That means we are just trying to be, we just want to be in our own skin. We don't want to be flexible. We don't want to adjust and make changes to the plan. We are just happy the way we are. It is not good. It's not appreciable. When exactly is functional structure suitable? We have to just remember one thing, beta. The most important keyword for you to answer to a case study being called functional is single product. You find that word, just answer it as a functional structure. But apart from that, what we see here is functional specialization can be a keyword for you. The size of organization is large can also be seen. But most importantly, single product line is the keyword. Moving ahead to the second category, let's recall quickly. We said organizational structure has two main categories, formal and informal. Under formal, now, when I say divisional structure, let's take up a real life organization. Let's take up this example of the company ITC. You know, it's an Indian company. In 2010, it completed 100 years of its existence, you know. And when I talk about its products, endless list of products it manufactures. It is there in stationery. You know, your classmates' notebooks in the with reference to toiletries, this Fiamma Devel. Then even in case of dairy products, there is one milk that has come. Sunfeast is its subsidiary, and we have a long list of things which this company is actually manufacturing and is actually dealing. So what we are trying to say here is that in such a big company where we have multiple products, can we have a structure with one marketing head, one sales head? No, we need to put these functional structure under various divisions. We have to now divide the organization on the basis of various product lines that we are dealing in. So with reference, we also have an example here on the screen of Microsoft. You know, so we have a server software division, other is online services, Windows and live Windows, and so on. So whatever structure we make, first level, first line of managers is on the basis of the products manufactured, and then under it there is a functional structure. That means if you have understood correctly, functional structure is a part of divisional structure. If we understand this, we have understood this topic. We have to remember this key line. Now, we have another example mentioned here. This is, I believe, understood already. I am moving ahead. So now what is the keyword for remembering the advantages of divisional structure? The keyword is page. You know, when I start reading a book, first thing we notice is how many pages this book has. Remember your accounts book? You look at its thickness. Okay, so page, P stands for product specialization. Definitely when I am the part of research and development team of the dairy products, I become specialized in what work I'm doing. Definitely A is accountability. I am accountable. Yes, I am answerable. I need to be answerable. Only then we can say that they will assume the responsibility and work in that direction. So accountability is really well placed in this section. Okay, and we move ahead to G. Stands for growth. Definitely the operations are uninterrupted, they go on moving and we go on rising, just like you all are rising with every chapter's discussion during these webinars. That's really wonderful. And E has been picked up from this flexibility. This E has been taken. It's all right, it's okay, just a way of remembering. Yes, there is flexibility because each division has its own functions and they can quickly make decisions and they can be flexible with their planning because they are talking about their particular product only. So these were the advantages, and now comes CID in our lives. Well, we all remember this word and we have all loved this particular program once upon a time. And in case you've not, it's okay, you might have still heard the word CID. So what is this word CID stand for? Number one, C stands for conflict. You know, conflict is inherent. If you notice, there was conflict in the earlier category, functional also, and there is conflict here as well. So if we all remember to be following patients, to keep up the spirits of human goals, these conflicts won't arise, but well, we have to remember they are still there, inherent. So conflict may arise between different ignorance of organizational interest. Always remember, the first thing that comes to my mind when I read this heading is the principle given by Mr. Henry Fayol when he said subordination of individual interest to organizational interest. And it is again being mentioned here that this one seems to be ignored here. Why? Because managers have authority in respective divisions and they give focus to particularly goals of their own division and not the overall organizational goals. And sometimes they may get deviated also, and that's why this is a disadvantaged. Okay. And finally, the D of CID stands for duplication of efforts. As you just now noticed that there is a long list of R&D department. one R&D department for Windows in my example of Microsoft, another R&D department for the online events, and so on. So actually, I have 6, for example, 6 research and development departments under each product. So definitely there is duplication. It is more costly as well. If you think to know what is the suitability, when is this particular category suitable for which kind of organizations. And just like I told you, for functional structure, the keyword is single product. For divisional structure, the keyword is multi-product. Multi-product directly won't be served to you in a case study. You have to notice, you have to read carefully whether the question is talking about one particular product or many products. So if you notice more than one product being talked about in the case study, and the question generally asks, suggest a suitable organization structure. Okay, so your suggestion in that case will be divisional structure. Wonderful, kids. So many still hands are raised, clearly conveying you've understood. Wonderful. Thank you very much for letting me know you're listening to me. Keep it up. Keep up that attention. Okay, now we have some differences mentioned here. Again, children, this question has been asked a couple of times. I will not be spending much time on this, but I want you to know that whenever you write differences, make sure it is a good idea to go for writing these in 3 columns. Okay, make this column basis as an integral part of your answer, the way you attempt it. And if the question is kind to you and the question only gives you all the bases, amazing. You have to give answers to those particular bases only. Let me take up one of these quickly. Let's say cost. Cost is one favorite question of CBSE. Okay, so if cost is asked, clearly among functional and divisional, divisional is more costly, functional is less costly. We all know that, we agree on that, right? But in case the question does not specify, does not say that, does not give you the basis, you can give your own basis and give the number of points as per the number of marks attached to it. So keep that working. We are moving ahead and it is over to you.
So it's a wonderful explanation, students. I think with the keywords which the Nidhi ma'am has discussed just now with you, the difference between the divisional structure and the functional structure is clear to you. So let's see how much the difference is clear to you. So here is on the screen the first question. Quickly, you have to be very quick in writing the answers, right? Nidhi ma'am, the first question, please. Yeah. Dash gives shape to the organization structure. Remember, this is the very first topic which ma'am has taught you in the organization structure. Is it the extent of delegation, the span of management, number of employees, or planning? Perfect. The correct answer here is span of management. Now, students, before you attempt this answer, there is something which I noticed even in the first session also, when the students are attempting MCQs, they were just writing the answer or they were writing all the 4 points. Remember, for attempting the MCQs, you should always write the number also. Like in the first question, you will write B and then you will write span of management. Are the leads which requires a high degree of specialization. Identify the type of structure. So as soon as the question asks the structure, so you should quickly look into the keyword, whether it is single product or multiple product. Now this word diversified can confuse you here. Please remember, the question is not talking about diversified products. The question is talking about diversified activities, which I say diversified functions. So the answer here is definitely the functional structure. Perfect. Very good. Clap for yourself, those who have answered it correctly. Moving on to the next question here. Ma'am, next slide. Write again a case study. So we need to read the question first, which is given at the end of the case study, which says name the framework which the diversified organization should adopt to enable it to cope with the emerging complexity, and we have to give a reason in support of your answer. So the question starts with that Kiran Industries is a company dealing in office furniture. Now remember, the company is producing only one product, that is furniture. The company chose to diversify its operations to improve its growth potential, and for that, many alternatives were generated for the purpose, which they thoroughly discussed among the members of the company evaluating the alternatives. So Sukhvinder, the managing director of the company, decided that they should add home interiors and furnishing as a new line of the business activity. Now tell me, what is the framework? Yes, quickly tell me what is the framework which the organization is adapting. Remember, it's a board question which is being asked recently in the board examination. Home interiors and furnishings. The company is dealing in only office furniture. Perfect. Answer slide, please, ma'am. So the answer here is, check your answer. Divisional structure. Excellent. Very good. Because it says about the diversified organization. So now the reason is that because it leads to the faster decision making. The last line, please. It leads to the faster decision making, flexibility, and initiative. Now the question says state any two limitations. Please remember, when the question asks state, give the answer in the form of statement, which means one line explanation is must. Do not go with the marks, ma'am. It is only half. You cannot judge how the marks are being allocated to that part. Remember, whenever you see the word state, which means the answer has to be given in the statement, underlining the heading. Yes. Wonderful. Perfect. Ma'am, move to the next question, please. Yup. Very important question, beta. Name and explain a suitable framework for the company within which the managerial and operating tasks are to be performed. You remember that this is what is the definition of organization structure, which ma'am has discussed with you. So basically here again they are asking about organization structure. So it says Infocom has diversified itself into several product line, telecommunication, engineering, financial, and each subsidiary is self-sufficient with their own administrative functions. The need for the direct supervision by the superiors. The orders of the customers are never delayed, and the good policy decision of the top management because of the good policy decision of the top management. So we need to suggest a suitable framework for the same. Excellent. Yeah, what happened? I can see few hands here, only 79. Yeah, come on, quickly, the number is rising. Excellent. Now let's check your answer here. We'll see the answer on the screen now. Let's see the answer here on the screen. Yeah, and check whether you have written the correct answer or not. Here the suitable framework is very good. Divisional structure, and the keyword here is the first line itself. The company is into several product lines. I think with these case studies, the difference between identifying divisional structure and functional structure must be clear to you. Now the last question here from the slide, functions structure, it says identify again the organization structure which is adopted by Yumco Limited. So let's see what is Yumco Limited doing here. Aradhana and Gandharv, they are the two heads. Since it's a huge case study, I am reading it out in brief. They are the efficient managers and are able to motivate their employees with respective departments to improve performance. And basically, they drive to excel in their own sphere of activity, and instead of giving emphasis on objectives of the enterprise, they are basically hindered with the interaction between the department that Aradhana and Gandharv are heading. So they usually have the inter-department conflicts. You know, this is the keyword of the question, inter-department conflicts. Remember, Nidhi ma'am has just explained you The coordination from two aspects. So the situation has here deteriorated to such an extent, the CEO has to hire a consultant. So after studying the situation closely, the problem has arisen due to inflexibility, and she is of the view that situation is a result of a type of particular organization structure. If you have listened to Nidhi ma'am's explanation carefully, you could have easily answered this question. She very beautifully explained how coordination is an advantage of that structure, simultaneously act as a disadvantage of that structure. Identify the structure, beta. Yeah, come on. Very good. Very good. Keep on raising your hands and writing the answers. Excellent. The answer here is functional structure. Very, very good, beta. Very good. So, excellent. Clap for yourself for the answers here. Yeah.